Welcome to day 2 of your 10-day yoga challenge with Pele Yoga. My name's Danielle. I am your host and the founder of Pele Yoga here in downtown Rochester. And today you are getting an introduction to Pele Flow. It's our Vinyasa style yoga. Vinyasa means linking breath with movement or placing things in a special way. It's a way for our mind to be really engaged in the moment. So it's not busy thinking about all the other things that it usually is thinking about. Now, yoga isn't a way to avoid our problems. It's really a way to reset and then re-engage with whatever challenges we need to address. Or we reset and realize that thing that I was thinking about isn't that important and I can let it go. So enjoy this class. If you're new, this will be really accessible, and if you are a seasoned practitioner, there'll still be things to enliven your body and reset your mind. Enjoy.
Okay, you're going to see me on the mat, and I've got my fancy mic in, so the audio will have changed. Now, there will be a link below this video. There's no charge for this free yoga challenge, but if you feel inspired and you have the resources to make a contribution, it supports me and Pele Yoga in upgrading our video and audio equipment and also make plans for when we reopen our space for you. To roll out your yoga mat, wearing some comfy clothes, just something that you can move easily in. And then we're going to begin in child's pose. So coming to the center of your mat, big toes together behind you, knees go wide, and then you're going to sink your hips back to your heels and let your forehead come down to the ground. Right away, feel your forehead on the earth and then start to trace your breath. Might naturally start to deepen just because you're paying attention to it, or you might actually encourage it to deepen and then notice how that affects the way you feel. Well, for some of you, this might be really intense on the hips or the tops of the feet, so you can always tuck the toes under or lift the hips up a little bit and then rest your forehead on your hands. There's always ways to modify each of these shapes. I'll try to encourage and share with you some options. In our practice at Pele, one of the foundational pillars is this encouragement of personal empowerment. So I will make suggestions, and then the invitation is for you to explore what the best option is for you today. Sometimes we don't know what that is, and that's okay. That's a part of the learning process. I've heard a lot in yoga, do what feels right for you. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know what's right for me. I still feel that way sometimes in life. So instead of saying that, I'll encourage the learning process to feel into some effective or find effective ways to pinpoint what the right thing is for you today or what's not. So we start that process of self-awareness or cultivating that self-awareness here. Just noticing your breath. If you feel any sharp pain, that's an indication to make a shift. It's okay if it's a little uncomfortable, especially if it's new. We'll see if you can soften your forehead and feel your breath. Great. And then stretching your arms out, or actually walking your hands in and lifting your hips up. Keep the breath flowing so you have that anchor of awareness and that steady fuel into your body. Feeling your hands on the ground, spreading your fingers, and then the invitation is to drop your belly and then lift your heart up. And take a breath here. Big inhale. Really feel the lungs expand, and then using the exhale to curl through the spine, rounding into cat pose. Letting your head drip towards the earth, pushing through the palms. Good. Drop your belly and lift your heart up and open. Breathe in. And use the exhale to push through the fingertips and round. Good. Nothing to force, but things to explore here. Drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, and wing the tailbone up. And then reverse as you curl, scooping in the low belly. Good. This time, drop the hips back a little bit so you take some pressure off the wrists for a few breaths. Sometimes I like to tent the fingertips. It gives a little stretch, a little mobility to the wrists. And now your knees are a little closer together, so you'll feel a different stretch on your low back in this modified child's pose, or this variation on child's pose. Awesome. Slide back up to hands and knees as you're ready. And we're going to push back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. And scoop your tailbone up. Ooh. Keep breathing as you feel into this stretch. You're going to, again, spread your fingers just like in hands and knees. Maybe bend your knees a little bit and scoop your tailbone up. So you're looking for this nice long line from your hands to your hips, just as long as you can manage right now. And also shrugging the shoulders up by the ears maybe for a second just to feel what that feels like, and then integrating them onto the back or plugging the shoulders into the socket. Good. Maybe close your eyes or feel, and then feel your breath. Really good. Let's take a break from that. Sit or settle your knees back down to the mat. Untuck your toes and sit back. So you're just in a seated position on your knees, and then roll your wrists out. Just give them a little dance. Right, a little free flow movement. That's another element of Pele Yoga, is that each class is different. So we find that's really useful so that the mind doesn't go into autopilot. And again, there's this element of personal empowerment where you get to choose variations or play. Like, what feels good right now? Where do you want to massage your wrist? What range of motion helps it reset and just feel neutral again? Great. So roll that out, and then go ahead and lift both arms up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in, so you're opening through your chest. Lift your heart high. And then bring your hands to your heart center as you reset. Good. A moment here. You might set an intention or recall that intention that you set yesterday, day one of the practice. Palms can be together, pressing at your heart, or pressing together in Anjali Mudra, or this Namaste, or palms press onto the heart center in a gesture of acknowledgement. And again, recalling why you're showing up to the mat. So that can help guide your choices today. It'll do two things. It will, when we remember why we're doing something or the purpose of it, we can tap into this well of motivation or commitment. And then it also can direct and be a compass to direct our choices, right? If my compass is compassion, my practice may look a lot different than if I'm trying to stir things up and step outside my comfort zone. Good. So just let that seed plant, and it will be there, whether you call it into your cognitive mind or the front of your mind as you practice, or it just kind of hums in the background, kind of like a program that's running on your computer always. Right? So again, feeling that in, let's take a big breath in and reach the arms up. And hands back to your heart. Beautiful. Then come onto hands and knees. Take a breath in, lift your heart up. It's that cow pose. And then tucking your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. And you can feel into it. And then look forward. Take an inhale and look to the top of your mat. You're going to exhale and walk your feet all the way forward. Multiple steps, many steps as you need. If you need, it's a couple breaths. And then halfway lift when you get here. So flat back as you inhale. Good. Heart opens. And then exhale, forward fold, grabbing the backs of your legs and dropping your head. Great. Standing all the way up, rooting through your feet and reaching high. And look, we're resetting, but now standing, hands to the heart. Great. Let's link that together. Do that again. Inhale and reach the arms high. Big breath in. And then forward fold, maybe arms fly wide, and then grab the backs of your legs as you drop your head. Good. Halfway lift. Breathe in, lengthen. You're going to plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. You're going to drop your knees, find that cat pose. Lift your heart up as you inhale. It's cow. Sit back, hips to heels, sitting up tall. Maybe hands to heart. Good. Reach your arms up. Take a breath in. And bring your hands back to heart center. Great. Let's link it together. Cow pose. Lift your heart up. Breathe in. And tuck your toes down, dog. Great. A breath to settle here. Might wag your tail a little. Good. Let your gaze look forward. Breathe in. Exhale, and then step your feet to your hands. One or many steps. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Grab the backs of your legs and draw your head down. Awesome. Reach all the way up. Breathe in and stretch up. Hands land to heart center. You got it. Reach back up. Breathe in. Shoulders down as your heart rises. Forward fold, long spine. And then to that halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Maybe you bend your knees. Good. Plant your hands. Step back. Downward dog. Maybe a little pause and high push up. Yeah, you got it. Drop the knees with the heart. Breathe in. Keep the hips back as you exhale. Good. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Reset that home base. Hands to your heart. You got it. Hands and knees. Breathe in. Lift the heart. Down dog as you breathe out. Stay here for one breath in. One breath out. So good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and bring your feet to your hands. Lift and lengthen the spine. Halfway lift. Strong legs and then forward fold. Keep squeezing the legs as you fold. You don't overstretch. Good. Reach through the feet. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Really good. This time, move your weight into your right foot. You're going to pick your left foot up in front of you. So root to lift. Good. Hands can be at your hips, or you might want to bring them to your heart center, or you might lift them up towards the ceiling. You might be grabbing onto a chair, and that's cool. I got the wall here if I need it. And you're breathing, and you're setting your eyes to one point. It's called drishti. It's focus. Yeah. And then you're going to keep going. Keep breathing, and send your left heel back. Send your heart forward. I really don't care how far forward you go. Like, it doesn't have to be a T. But the invitation is to really feel this aliveness in the upper back, the heart opening, without feeling pain or crunching in your low back. See? So you can feel into what's right for you based upon the sensations that you're getting versus just looking at the pictures in the book or looking at me. You get real strong. Bend that front knee, and you're going to step that left foot all the way to the back of your mat, toes out to the side, and we're going to come into reverse warrior. That means your right arm's going to lift all the way up towards the ceiling, your left arm down your back leg, and you're playing with bending into that front knee, getting some aliveness in the legs, and this new range of motion in the hips where your back leg's spinning out and the front leg is also spinning out, so two thighs are moving away from one another. Good, and then you're breathing. Awesome. Let's take it right into, let's go side angle. Bring your front forearm to your front thigh. You got it. Top hand to your hip, or can reach up towards the ceiling. And a few breaths here. Again, working that rotation in the hips. Yeah. And breath. So good. Take the top arm over your ear. Take a breath in. Keep the legs where they are, except you're going to spin your back heel up, and then you're going to twist towards your inner thigh. You're probably looking away from me, and that's cool. Once you get the general idea, look in the direction of your front knee, or where that leg is. You can feel your legs press down, the spine lengthen, and we're getting a little bit of a twist. A nice stretch on the outer right thigh. And again, there's aliveness everywhere. Taking a big, big inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog, or high push-up. Eventually we meet in down dog, and then you take one breath in. And one breath out. So good. Other side. Look forward. Breathe in. Empty your lungs, and then bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Stand all the way up. Breathe in and reach up. And then bring your hands to your heart. Good. Moving your weight over into your left foot and picking your right foot up. Pausing here for a few breaths. You might flex that lifted foot. Try not to squeeze too much in your hip flexor. Really lift from your low belly. Good. Working this balance, this focus. And again, churning the breath. Big inhales and exhales to fuel and focus you. Good. And then sending the right leg back, whatever arm variation you're working with. Let your eyes walk down so they're about, 6 inches in front of your mat. Press back through the back heel. Forward through the heart. Find that right amount of challenge. That's enlivening but not overwhelming. And then stepping. Carefully. Right? Bend your front knee. And then step your foot back. Awesome. Oh, once you get there, you might have to adjust your feet a little bit. It's okay. We're adapting. We're working with what's up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right? I think the perfection sometimes is in the readjustments. Yeah, and willingness to make those adjustments instead of holding on or holding ourselves up. Good, guys, keep breathing. You can always like straighten that front leg and then go back into it. And then feel those little adjustments by breathing and noticing the sensations in your body. Like where can you soften in your shoulders? Scoop up through your belly to lengthen your low back. Good, one more inhale here. And then exhale, bring your forearm to your thigh, top hand to your hip. And then breathe. And once we sink into this bottom shoulder, putting a lot of weight on that front thigh, see if you can press your elbow into your thigh to lift out of that. Right, it'll engage your belly, your core. Good, breathe. The shape keep growing and evolving. Even if that's growing and evolving in exploring where you can soften while still maintaining an engagement. Yeah, reach the top arm up and over your ear, breathe in. Nice side stretch. And then finding that twist. So right hand inside your front foot and then you're twisting towards your left thigh. Good, breathe. Right, and you don't have to like crank into this twist. You can find length first and then play with the twist. Right, and that's the healthiest way to engage in any twist. To keep the spine long and there's space in between each vertebrae. To then effectively ring out. Good, breathe in and out. Awesome. Take one more inhale. Peek this out as you open the chest up. And then down dog on the exhale, or pause on that high push-up. You can always do a push-up too if you want. Only if you want, and then we meet in down dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. So good, guys. Look forward. Inhale. Empty your lungs and then bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Stand all the way up. Breathe in and reach up. Just round chair pose, sitting real low. Stand back up. Breathe in. Right, evening things out. Sit back. Exhale, hands to heart. It's like a rinse. This breath and movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. You got it. This time, left foot lifts up. Move your weight into your right foot. Inhale. Good. Send that leg back. That airplane pose. Exhale. Good. Set it down. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Reach up. Side angle as you exhale. Good. Stay here, guys. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Lengthen a little bit more forward. Inhale. Find that twist, that low lunge twist on the exhale. Back heel spins up. It's like a little game of twister. Breathe in. Then we're going to go to pyramid pose. You're going to step your back foot up halfway. And then you're going to straighten your front leg. And fold. Now, if we had all the yoga props in the world, maybe you'd have a couple blocks underneath your hands. If that's not accessible, take whatever you got in your home. Or place your hands on your front shin. You can bend your front knee a little. All right, friends. Ease into that. Let your head drop. All right, we're going to add on a little bit more too. You're going to step the back foot up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit your booty all the way down, all the way down. You can use your hands if you need. You got it. Inhale, lift your legs up. We're in boat pose. You might grab behind your knees, or you can keep your hands and toes on the ground. Just want you to find something that's challenging but not overwhelming. And a way to assess that is if you're breathing. You're going to keep the breath flowing, even as your heartbeat elevates. You're amazing. If you want more, you don't have to take it. I'm serious. You don't have to take it. But if you want it, exhale, go low. Good. Inhale, lift up. Go low. Inhale, lift up. Good. You got this. Exhale, go low. Great. Lift up. Breathe in. You're going to cross your legs, or you could swing your legs around. We're coming back into downward dog. You can pause in high push-up and do a push-up or not. And somehow reset. You're amazing. Here we go. Other side. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Slow it down a little. Inhale. Stand all the way up. Chair pose. Bend your knees. Hands to heart. Or you can skip these and just do stay standing. Depending on what you need. Inhale. Reach up. Right, right here. As long as you're moving with your breath. And one more. Move your weight into your left foot. Inhale, pick your right foot up. Exhale, send the leg back. Get long in your body. Step it back. Reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches high. Side angle on your exhale. Now stay here for full breath in. You might try to twist a little bit more. Open your chest towards the ceiling as you breathe out. Good. One more inhale here. Reach long. And then twist towards your inner thigh. Lift your left arm up. Good. Breathe in here, opening. That pyramid pose, stepping that back foot up halfway. If you can, put the whole foot on the ground on a little bit of a diagonal. Right? This is your recoup time. Let yourself have it. Maybe you shake your head out. Breathe all the way into your low back. So good. So you can slow the breath down, get your mind here, see what that does. Good. One more breath in. Look forward and step your feet together, your hands. Halfway lift, hands to your shins, lengthen. You gotta go all the way low, sit on your butt, lift your legs. Here we are. If you want, go low, exhale and hover. Inhale high. Exhale, go low. Your engagement soft. Inhale high. Exhale, go low. Good, guys. Inhale, lift high. Everyone, feet down, hands down. Push your booty up. Maybe you drop your head back or you look to the ceiling. Feel the stretch across the front side of your shoulders. Again, see if you can slow your breath a little bit. Really good, guys. Booty down, bring your feet together to touch, and then fold. And let your shoulders round forward. Try to have these periods of intensity and periods of recuperation. And it doesn't mean that we're not doing anything, right? And it means just the intensity is different. There's this exertion and recuperation. Right? Or like when we're still too long, then we need to recoup from that with movement. When we're moving all the time, taking a moment to pause and breathe might help us reset. Good, guys. Feel that breath all the way to your low back. You're going to roll your spine up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Push your heels forward. Exhale, fold. You can grab onto your toes if that's accessible. If not, it's okay. It's not about winning at yoga, or, I think the win is if you feel better, and if you're, challenging yourself the quote unquote right amount, which is the amount that, enlivens us, that has us excited or engaged without burning out. And I'm inviting this rounding through the spine, so you're really getting some opening through the back of the heart. The cool thing about Vinyasa yoga too, or this active style of yoga, or any yoga really, is that we're affecting the body, which really is intimately connected to our emotions and our mind. So as we soften in places, or open up places, or detangle, we might have access to more feelings or more sense of aliveness, or our critical thinking skills. It's really, really cool, really magic. And science. So reaching the arms up as you're ready, and then let's roll back. So long in the legs, scooping through the belly, laying all the way down. Oh, spread your arms wide, let your shoulders roll back. You might even pick your chest up a little bit, and then integrate the shoulders onto the back. Feel yourself lay out. Feel the air on the front side of your skin, or the front side of your body, on the skin on the front side of your body. And then give yourself a hug. So you're going to sweep your knees into your chest, maybe a rock side to side. So good. You're going to scoot your hips a little bit to the right to let your knees fall to the left. The right arm can go up on the diagonal. I just got a nice crack in my low back. You might too. Sometimes in these slower shapes, something that feels useful for me is to continue a little bit of movement. Keeps my mind involved until my mind and body is settled enough to be still. There's a third definition of the Sanskrit word vinyasa, and that's honoring the natural cycles or natural unfolding of our life or our practice. So there's nothing to force. If you still, if using movement helps your mind settle, that's great. Do that. Don't try to be anywhere than where you are. And if you work with, earnest honesty, I think we feel better faster. Good. Coming back to center with your knees and then twisting the other way. Your right hand might rest on the outer left thigh, left arm up. And you can play with the knees drawing into the chest or more away. Just changes where the sensation is. And you can play with a slow rock of the head side to side if that feels useful, or that feels more distracting, tap into stillness and then just soak in your breath. And the time and the shape. Right, and then the invitation is to come back through center, unwind the spine, unwind the legs. And we're setting up for the final pose in any yoga practice, which is called Shavasana, or corpse pose. Extending the legs out long. You can extend your arms out either side, kind of winging them out, or they can land on your body if that feels more grounding. The corpse pose is this like active rest built into the practice. Again, it might feel useful to rock the head side to side and track that sensation and let it get slower and slower until maybe you can find stillness. But in any case, you're tapping into more subtle sensations and some experience of rest.
If you haven't yet, rolling over onto one side or just rolling directly up to a seat and finding a seated position, maybe cross-legged or kneeling. Good, hands to heart center or palms pressing onto your heart. A gesture of acknowledgement, some like props or some praise for yourself for carving out this time, for being willing to try something new or re-engage with your practice or stay committed to it. So we acknowledge ourselves and then we acknowledge one another. So bringing your hands, again, palms together and thumbs to the forehead. We acknowledge one another with this salutation that means the light in me or that divine part in me sees that divine essence in you. Together we bow forward and say, Namaste. You did it! Yay, we did it! Thank you so much for joining me. This is day 2. If you're not officially enrolled in the free yoga challenge, hop over onto the website. It's peleyoga.com/free yoga challenge. Enter your email. Then you'll get all these videos straight to your inbox so you'll never miss one. And you'll learn how to earn a free month of membership right here in studio. And I hope you'll take advantage of that, and I look forward to seeing you here real soon. Namaste.